YouTube, it's Haley. So today I am currently getting ready for my aunt's wedding. It's not tonight. Thank God. I would be so screwed if it were tonight. Um, it's actually on Saturday, and um, tomorrow I'm going to be leaving in the morning, and tomorrow night I will be going on a river cruise with the new side of the family. Yippee! Um, that should actually be kind of fun. But um, I was thinking a lot about hair and what I've been doing with my hair recently. As you can see, I don't have my bangs down. I kind of have them, back, and my hair currently is real. It looks kind of like on the verge of greasy, and well, actually, it does look greasy, and it's not very poof like it usually is. Um, and the reason for that is actually my fault. I not only used my high moisturizing conditioner in the shower this morning, I also used olive oil. And, my hair was wet. I had just shampooed it. I put the olive oil in first, and then I put in the conditioner. But I don't think I rinsed it out all the way, and I think I should do the olive oil beforehand, and then do just a little bit of shampoo just to get the olive oil out, and then condition it. Um, but what I did last night was I did a hot oil treatment, and usually you can do that with vegetable oils. Um, I would recommend olive oil. It does have that smell to it, but if you infuse it with lavender, it's not as bad. And like right now, along with like my conditioner, you can barely smell it. It's just got you know, olives aren't nuts, but it's got sort of a like an almost nutty aroma when I use it with my shampoo and conditioner, um, and the lavender, of course. But basically what you do is you take olive oil, you put it in a microwavable container, you put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and then you put it in your hair, and you kind of massage it from the roots down to the tips, and just kind of like this, and then down. Um, and then once you get to the bottom, you'll want to apply more to the bottom, especially if it's looking limp and dry and just a little frizzy like mine is right now. That's why I started doing the hot oil treatments. I also went through with a high moisturizing conditioner and just ran that through my hair, really kind of lathered it on. Um, and then I just kind of put it up into like a bun on the top of my head and covered it with a plastic bag and a warm towel. And you want to do this when your hair is dry because it will take up the vitamins and the moisturizer from the oil better than if your hair is already wet, because if it's wet, then it's like, well, there's water and there's stuff surrounding this already. I don't need more, which is absolutely wrong because just plain water will dry out your hair. But well, that's if you use shampoo. If you don't, it's not gonna have that big of an effect. But it will take it better. Also, with the heat, since most of the heat in your body um, will eventually travel through and out of your head. I know that sounds really weird, but if it's really, really cold out and you take your hat off, you'll see steam coming off of your head, and that's what it is it's the heat. Um, but basically, the heat will not only help lock in the moisturizing components and the vitamins, but it'll also help your hair absorb it better. Um, so, I do this before bed. Most people, it'll take about an hour, and then if you go any longer, it won't have any additional effect. But I do it overnight because it's convenient, and then I can take a shower in the morning. What I would recommend doing though is just doing the hot oil treatment at night, going to bed with the plastic bag, or even better, if you have a shower cap, that works even better, and with the warm towel as well. And then wake up in the morning, um, hop in the shower. Sorry, that's my phone. And then after, you've hopped in, you've rinsed all that out, then use just a little bit of shampoo. You do not need a lot. Even if your hair is thick, you do not need a lot of shampoo for this, because if you use too much, it'll strip out all of the natural oils from your hair, and then you'll get this, which is exactly what mine's doing right now. This is from um, not using heat treatments, serums, and using too much shampoo. So basically what you want to do is you just want to take just a little bit, so it's about the size of a dime in your hand, and then just rub it over your hands, run it through your hair, lather it up a little, rinse it all out completely. You have to just rinse, 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 especially if your hair is thick. And then after you've rinsed it out completely and thoroughly, then go back with your conditioner. Make sure it's a good one. And then go through and condition your hair. What I do is I shampoo and then conditioner at the beginning. But what I do with the conditioner is I take a wide tooth comb and I kind of comb through, pull it up in a bun, and then do the rest of my shower, just what I do, and then take it out at the end of your shower and then rinse it out. And that gives the conditioner more time to sink in, especially if your hair, I have thick hair, like it's thick, but it's fine. So you wouldn't really think it was thick because it is so fine. But with my hair, it also does not take moisturizers or color very well. The only way I got this gold color was by using a color that had components to bleach it as well. But you just gotta go with it. Experiment for a while, and you'll see what your hair likes and what it doesn't like. Um, if you're doing this for any sort of event, I would just go through with that, and don't use too much. You don't want to it to be overkill, because you can have too much of a good thing, but eventually your hair will just stop absorbing it, so I don't think it'll be that much of a problem. But you never know. I've only been doing this for a couple of days. I've looked around all over the internet, and each person says about the same thing. After about an hour, you aren't going to see any better effects by leaving it in longer. You've got that hour window, and after that is up, your hair isn't going to take any more of it. If you leave it in and half an hour through you feel that your hair is dry again and it's not greasy, you can go ahead and apply more, because that means that your hair is actually thirsty. That means it wants it, it needs it, and it'll keep taking it in for about that hour window, and then they'll be done. But yeah, I went from a normal vlog to this instruction on how to help your hair be more healthy. Um, Also, for all those girls that are looking for a little bit more edgy look to your hair, take a razor. Any razor, old razor that you don't use anymore, obviously, and then just clean will work. And then, just kind of, with this one, it bends, so you gotta be careful. You gotta kind of hold it down, and then just kind of go like that. And then, the more pressure you apply, the more you're gonna take off. So be careful, but that's just my kind of tip. So thank you all for watching. I did not mean this to be a 10-minute video. I am so sorry. But I hope that helped. I am super stoked for this wedding, and I am just so excited, and yet I'm really nervous and stressed out. But so yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I will get back to you. Thanks. Bye.